I am supporting Andy and Jace on the West Ham Reunited channel. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe to the West Ham Reunited channel. Keep supporting Andy and Jace. Aye, we are massive. Come on, you irons. Subscribe. West Ham Reunited channel. Aye.
Hello and welcome to West Ham Reunited. We're just going to have an instant reaction and got my good friend Bill here. Bill, how you doing, mate? You all right?
Yeah, fine, thanks, mate. How you doing?
Yeah, not too bad for a Sunday. Not too bad, mate. So, as usual, Glazewise Limited. Any needs for your windows and doors? Leaky drafts coming in, Bill. It's time of the year. Give the boys a call. Who are good friends of Miles's and sponsors of the channel. So, yeah, Glazewise, give them a call. Mention our name. Get a discount, really. So today's game, 2-1. If we look at the lineups first, Bill, I mean, we were slightly different, I think. Got Masuaku playing in it, so perhaps a bit more defensive shape to our team. Creswell, who played most of the game in Europe, he's there. Zuma came back in. Souček and Wright are in there again. Any surprises for you in our team lineup, or would you have liked it a bit different, you think?
But I think we're all probably a little bit surprised that Bowen was rested today. But then again, he has played a lot of football, so he was due to get a rest at some point. I think what probably surprised me more was the way we set up. You would think with Masuaku starting, it'd be more of we'd play more a wing back system, but when we were out of possession, it was looked like just a 4-4-1-1, and then obviously a more attacking 4-2-3-1 when we had the ball. So that was more surprising rather than the actual players who were selected itself.
Yeah, I was surprised to see Bowen start in Europe, to be fair. But then we've got our job done in Europe, and then the other thing, obviously, was the weather. A lot of our boys up there. Yeah. I think Miles's gone up there. Adam's gone up there. I mean, we'll try again. I know at Wolves we struggled to get Milesy live reaction. He said internet was pretty poor. We'll try again. I know he's doing a lot of the stuff with the West Ham boys up there, so I know they're doing instant reactions as well. I mean, looking at the footage, which I've not seen much of, it looks like certainly towards the end of the first half, it didn't look good, mate. I mean, I don't know if you saw clips of it. I know back in the good old days when you see the clips, they don't really give a crap, do they? Orange ball, get on with it, lads. But Burnley game was off. I mean, are you surprised in this day when we've got sort of heated pitches as a standard? I mean, I've been told that sometimes it's to do with drainage, where still there's an issue, really. And some people, I think the Leicester game was really bad as well, where they were struggling to see the ball and they were watering the pitch at half time and no one could understand what's going on. So, yeah, do you think there was a chance of the game perhaps being called off for safety purposes, for fans getting home and players, you think?
I think towards the end of the first half, we could barely see the ball. But fair play to all the ground staff. I think the kick-off slightly delayed for the second half. They were clearing the pitch, and fair play to all of them for doing that. They had all the shovels and all that. So in the second half, it didn't snow at all. So Manchester was quite lucky with regard to the weather as opposed to Burnley and other places.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, we're okay. We've heard it's on the way, but let's have a look. I mean, my daughter's in Warwick, so she said it's all started over there as well. Their lineup, they've got a few injury problems. I think Grealish has not been fit. You got Gabriel Jesus, but for me, he doesn't quite do enough in front of goal for a striker, but that's all they've got. Mahrez, Sterling, I've heard, has been bang on form. Gundogan had a good season last season.
Despite their injuries, mate, it's still a stacked team we played today. That starting 11 is an excellent starting 11. I don't care who you are. So it was always going to be tough with the opposition. Their bench obviously is quite weak, but their first team, it wasn't a surprise they didn't make a huge amount of changes. They only made the one sub in the end.
Yeah, so that's Peach in the comments. So Peach, I hope you're feeling a lot better, my man. I know you've been in and out of hospital, so hopefully you're on the mend and be a good boy. stick to milkshakes, and hopefully you're Peach. So hopefully you're feeling better, mate. Yeah, I mean, first half. So if I look at the highlights of the first half through one of my sort of apps, the first thing it's telling me that actually there's a chance for Kyle Walker after 8 minutes, picks up the ball, fires a shot, which doesn't really threaten the goalkeeper, just goes past the left post really, and then goal after 16 minutes, Mahrez, but then it's chalked off for offside in the build-up. So apparently the Man City players weren't happy, but if they're double checking, it's got to be the right decision, isn't it, mate?
Yeah, it was the right decision. Yeah, got away with that one though.
Exactly, and I think looking at the commentary for the game, it looks like they went close a number of times. Laporte connects with a corner after 17 minutes, so the bullet header rattles the right post straight after. So it looks like we were under the cosh. You're going to be against Man City, aren't you? To be fair, I mean, they're gonna. The only comments I was hearing from my fellow West Ham fans is that we need to be a lot quicker with the ball when we've got it, a lot smarter with it, and perhaps, try to move it around a lot quicker. I don't know if you agree with them. Perhaps you got to look at the weather as well.
Yeah.
You're away. I don't know, mate. Yeah.
No, I managed to watch the game, luckily, and there was we kept it fairly nice in the first 20 minutes or so. We pushed up the pitch at times, and the problem was, which I've just put on my Twitter account, that we had it was a good effort, but I mean, when we did get into the attacking positions, our passing and our decision making, which has been so good for all season, just wasn't there today. Hence why we didn't have a lot of shots. It seemed to be we just set up defensively and didn't go for it. We did go for it at times, but just as I say, decision makers weren't quite there. The first touches weren't quite as sharp as they usually are. And to be fair, the City, they defended pretty well, I've got to say. And Ederson claimed a few crosses. But I mean, in terms of how we started, I mean, there was a chance when Mickey ran down the left. He did really well. Passed to Ben Rama. He probably should have shot first time, but he miscontrolled it. It hit his heel. On another day, if he gets if he shoots that first time, we possibly could get a goal, and that completely changed the game.
Yeah, there's always, like you said, the margins are quite fine here and there. I mean, obviously, when you look at the result, in terms of it looks like we were competitive. We weren't sort of thrashed, which we don't do recently. I know in Man City in the past, better than most. They put 4 or 5 past us with ease.
Oh yeah.
And then obviously their goal came after 33 minutes. Really, Mahrez sprays the pass out to Gundogan, and he slots the ball into a fairly empty net. I mean, obviously, I got to see the game a bit properly and take my time, but it looks like perhaps Dawson was kind of a bit too quick for him. I think perhaps a couple of the goals. I don't know if he was marking one of them or not, but they do move the ball really fast, don't they? You got to be quite quick, really, with them.
Yeah. I think I think what happened when he got into the box was quite unlucky. Mahrez, what he's going to do, cuts inside. I think he was trying to take a shot on, and I think he clips Cresswell, and that's why it ends up with Gundogan, and there's no one near him because the angle of the deflection. So that was quite unlucky. But I think before then, what needs to be appreciated is Cancelo's crossfield ball. That was absolutely outstanding. He's been fantastic going forward, Cancelo, this season, and he had a couple of outside the foot passes, which he's done a lot lately. But it was not only the accuracy of the pass to Mahrez, it was how quick it was as well. It wasn't just floated over, which would allow us to get in a good position and be able to deal with it. It was accurate. It was quick as well, which allowed Mahrez to run at Cresswell. Uses fantastic agility that he's got, Mahrez. And in the end, it looked like where was the marking or whatever. But I have to say the ball from Cancelo made it, and also the fact that the slight deflection of Cresswell made it easy for Gundogan in the end to tuck into an empty net.
I think you're right. Like you said, that they move around the ball so fast, and you try to be compact. But then, I mean, Cancelo, he's been one of my heroes in my fantasy team.
Grant's spot on. Yeah,
I think he was it world class assist last week, I believe, or the week before.
Yeah, outside the foot. That was out. Yeah, I think against Everton, Sterling, I think scored. That was just it was like something like De Bruyne would do, and Cancelo's a fullback, just insane. Alexander-Arnold, Reece James, just the development of the year and the fullbacks and wingbacks over this past 5 years or so has been incredible.
Yeah, and then apparently, sort of 42 minutes, Mahrez gets to rebound in the 6-yard box, and his effort smashes off the right post. So, it looks like that they were getting closer and closer, and perhaps we were we were quite happy to get to half time with any further damage, and total attempts around that time was 12 days, 2 hours, mate. So
Yeah.
it was certainly to the backs of the wall, wasn't it? Around
Yeah, it
that
was.
time.
I think one player to take credit out of this game is Lucas Fabianski. You know, no doubt about it. He made a lot of really, really good saves. So I think he kept us competitive, I have to say, today, especially in that first half, where, as you said, had a huge amount of chances.
Yeah, definitely. And then I know there was a bit of a delay, and there was a little bit of a thought in my mind, perhaps they're not going to come out, you know. And if that happens, then Bill, I believe you got to replay the game at 0-0, isn't it? Really, if you've got to play the game again. So I was kind of like, I don't really mind, but then again, you do get a fixture pile out, I suppose. But I know that hopefully, yeah, we're not going to have another Europa game until March. Well, sort of got one more group game to go. We're dying, really. And I think a few of the fans were saying they wanted Bowen to sort of come on. And how did you think? Well, from what you saw, how Masuaku? I mean, it's not easy. We're not playing all season and coming in kind of quickly and cut the games back to back, isn't it? How do you think he did? There's always a split opinion amongst fans.
No, spot on, mate. I was going to say. I mean, I think Masuaku did okay. I think he ball watched and lost his concentration a little bit, I have to say, for the first goal. But as I say, I think Cancelo's ball made it, and the slight deflection off Cresswell which was unlucky. So could say Masuaku, you know, if he was peak concentration, would Morris have been allowed to cut inside? Yeah, that's possible. I wouldn't disagree with that. I think he looked, going forward, he did his trademark dribbles at times. Some of his crossing was mixed at times. To say some of them won the money, some of them were absolutely woeful. But I think good to see him start though, because he hasn't started for a while, and I think he'll get better. And I think probably the way he played on Thursday probably earned him the start, I have to say, today. But as I say, it was a bit of a surprise that he did start, but he did okay. Good to get, I think, 70 minutes or whatever under his belt, and we'll need him for the rest of the season.
Yeah, and then it looked like in the second half, around the 57th minute, Aaron Cresswell required medical treatment and eventually went off. I'm not sure if you quite know what happened with him, but it was kind of enough for him not to continue, or certainly not risk him, I think. So
it was very brave, Aaron, there, because trying to think who, I think it was Sterling crossed for, I think it might have been Jesus, and I think it looked like he was going to go wide. Or it might have hit the post actually, but then Aaron managed to clear, but then obviously hit his post. I think it hit around his hip or his chest, and obviously that on a cold day is not what you want. So he definitely felt that one. So he's very brave with that one. But as I say, I don't think it was going in, but it probably would have hit the post. It might have allowed Jesus to tap it in if it come off the post. So he did the right thing by clearing it. But Soufal coming on in this place, not a bad replacement.
Yeah, I think sort of Grant still got reservations with him defending, but certainly when he's attacking, a lot of fans still feel Masuaku's got a lot to offer. Mark's trying to join us, new member, Mark Hood. So hopefully he gets the internet all sorted. I think Marzi got the Virgin, didn't he? Virgin broadband put in last week. So hopefully he's flying. I don't really have that luxury on my row. We don't really have that option. So,
it's working right today. Working right so far.
Yeah, bit snowy out there, hitting the old pipes. We'll see how it goes. And then obviously, he went off, and then also Benrahma. He came off, replaced by Lanzini again. You can understand that move, perhaps, by David.
Yeah, Benrahma, I think, had a few flashes in the first half. I say, if he managed to either control it or shoot first time, he had a big chance in that first half. But it was hard for Benny and the other attackers, because I don't think we kept the ball okay at times, but when we got in the attacking positions, we didn't quite make the right decisions. And as I think Rodri again has been fantastic for City for a while. He's very good again today, and their defence was good, I have to say. So I think it wasn't quite Benny's day, but I think Lanzini did well. Obviously, we'll talk about the goal. We did well, but even before that, showed some nice touches. So he done well when he come on.
Yeah, then Conor Cafal came on, and then there's a yellow card to Cancelo. So again, you fancy football guys, that's -1. And 66 minutes, the stats are saying it's 71-29. So perhaps that's in line with kind of all our matches with them kind of in the previous years. And then after that, we kept it still 1-0. And then we thought Bowen's going to come on at some stage and really and perhaps I had a feeling we're going to sneak it. I had a feeling that
Yeah.
we're going to get something. So, hello, Sir Mark. How are you doing? You all right? Can you hear us, Mark? Mark's always got issues. Can't hear you, Mark. Right, hopefully Mark sorts that one out. So yeah, Masuaku was taken off after 74 minutes, replaced by Jared Bowen. And again, I thought that was a smart move. And I had and you never know. Bowen's so fit, but you can't take the mick with him. You know, he needs a bit of a break and a lot of games coming up. I had a feeling we were going to give it one little welly. I think that was the David idea, that keep it respectable, keep it low, and let's go for it at the end, I think.
Yeah, I think just stay in the game and wait till the last sort of 10 minutes or so to really, throw bodies forward. And I think that's what he did. And as I say, we didn't quite make enough chances. I think Declan Rice, he had an effort from about 30 yards, which stung the comms of Edison. I think he sort of had enough of the lack of chances, but he just had a shot himself, and Edison did well to punch it away. And then there was another time where I think it was before Fernandinho come on for City, where he ran down the left, one of his marauding runs that Dex made this season, ran down the left, and then couldn't quite get the crossing, and that just sort of summed up our attacking play, where we got into a good position, and looked to be able to threaten a chance, but it just didn't quite come off for us. The effort was there, but the application wasn't quite there, unfortunately.
All right, let's see if Mark. Can you hear us, Mark? Mark, can you hear us? No, Mark's struggling with the phone, I think. Can't hear you, Mark. James, how you doing? You all right?
Yeah, I'm all right, mate. I'm all right. How's everyone?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Yeah, just going through the game, and we were looking at the lineups and saw Masuaku in there. So how do you think they went, James? Sort of, we just kind of, yeah. What do you think about the lineups and whatever you saw of it, mate?
Gutted, but not disheartened, mate. We had a go, but City know how to win, don't they? That's the difference. You know what I mean? You've got a team who knows how to win. I thought we'd done pretty decent today, considering the conditions, especially in the first half. Like, let's be honest, it was really bad, and we've done pretty well. Like, I've seen things I've saying about Lanzini's got to start games and all that, which he scores a banger, but it is what it is, mate. You know what I mean? We run out of steam towards the end.
And were you happy with the lineup, James? Do you think that was okay? Everything to set up and all that? It looked like keep it reasonable and go for it in the last 20 minutes, I think David was thinking. Perhaps.
Let's be honest. Masuaku was playing very well up to that goal. I thought he was playing all right. And then he makes that silly mistake, and it cost us, really. But how can I put it? It's just one of them, mate, really. I just don't think we... how can I put it? Man City are a very good side. We're a good side, and we just got edged out in the end. And the goal from Lanzini, yeah, it's a great consolation, but I think by that time, Man City had just given up because they knew they were going to win the game. So,
do you think there was a danger of the game sort of not going ahead after half time because there was a bit of a delay clearing everything?
Yeah, I was concerned, mate. I was thinking, oh my days, that could get called off. But you've got to give credit to the ground staff who's managed to get the game on. The second half, though, one thing I will say is we didn't really do anything to push City back. Like, our hold-up play was poor. Let's be honest, Laporte's on a yellow card from the first half, and really, people should be running at him. I'm thinking, Bowen, when you get on the 75th minute, just run at him. And no one ran at him at all. It was just... City are very good, mate. Are very good at what they do, and at the end of the day, they got the win. They deserved the win, really. We didn't... if we would have got a point out of it would have been pretty lucky, really.
Yeah. Mark, can you hear us, mate? Mark?
Hello, mate. Yeah, you're all right, guys?
Yeah, how you doing? You all right?
Hello, mate.
Yeah, I'm at work. I'm on my tea break, so I've just jumped in quickly for 10 minutes.
There's commitment, isn't it, for you, Mark? How do you all think you all went today, mate? Damage limitation?
Well, obviously, I'm at work. I've not seen the game. I've only listened to it on the radio. Sounded like we had a couple of chances, but as you were saying there, guys, City are City, aren't they? I mean, but I don't think, listening to it, we didn't have a go at them enough, I don't think.
Yeah, I've heard.
Go on, Jazz. Go on.
I just like with me and Bill saying it earlier. I was hearing from people there that we needed to move the ball a lot quicker. I think. I don't know, Bill. You agree with that from what you saw, and James?
Yeah, I'd say so. But I mean, it's easier said than done. I mean, City's defence are generally pretty good. I know they're known as an attacking side, but I mean, the amount of clean sheets they keep, and Edison is a very good goalkeeper. So, and he proved that again today with his, obviously his distribution, with his catching from crosses as well. I just think when we got in the final third, our final pass and some of our crossing wasn't very good, and there were times where we ran the ball out of play and loose touches and stuff when and Rodri can get a foot in. So we did have. I think we tried as much as we could, but I mean at the end of the day, the quality wasn't quite there today.
Mark, you're getting a round of applause from Grant for your effort.
I did see that. Yeah, commitment from Mark. Thank you, Grant. Cheers, mate.
That's nice. And then obviously, James, me and Bill were obviously their goal happened and it was going to score. They've hit the post a couple of times. And then we're kind of looking at the last 10 minutes, aren't we? And I had a feeling, Mark, that we were going to nick something when Bowen came on. That was my way of thinking. I don't know, Bill, if you're thinking the same. That let's go for it now. Last 10 minutes and see. But obviously, yeah, you got to look at it. I mean, I think only 3 players played in Europe on Thursday. I think out of the starting lineup. So we certainly. But I know playing City, we are told that when you're the opposition, it drains you, doesn't it? Chasing the ball not having it. It takes a lot out of you, really, and obviously 90 minutes. Actually, before that, Declan Rice apparently had a good shot. What do you think about that then, Bill? I mean, was that a decent effort from him?
Yeah, that was the one I mentioned earlier, where he just the ball, the space opened up for him. There was nothing on it. Shot about 25 yards out. Where it was hit it well, but it was straight at Edison who punched it away, which understandable given the conditions. So, but yeah, I mean that's the thing. In terms of the amount of chances, we didn't have that many. But as I say, we had chances in the final third, but we just didn't capitalise.
Yeah, before I come on to that, James, Bill was mentioning that I think Fabianski had a good game, and I can understand that because in those conditions, I mean, God, you don't want to be a goalkeeper, do you? You can't see anything. It's slippery. It's icy. I mean, do you agree with that? I think, well, from what I've seen,
I thought he had a good game. I thought he had a good game saving shots, but his kicking was absolutely horrendous, Jez, if I'm honest. I thought, especially in the first half, I thought he was all over the place kicking wise, but his saving was pretty decent, I must admit. But it's a weird old game to sort of assess today. It really is because it's just one of them ones. Like no one really played awful. It was just one error, and then obviously I think the 90th minute goal was because we was knackered. If I'm honest,
I think we're still a lot of us. I know you were, James, certainly still upset by the Wolves' performance, but then Europe was very professional again. And I think we're all thinking that Liverpool was just one of the best days of the ground for me and a lot of other people. Wolves maybe could have nicked a point, Bowen perhaps, and Bowen 3 chances in Europe. So hopefully he kind of that gets better for him. So certainly we used to say that if you rather miss and keep getting in the chances and not get anything, Mark. That's what we're told, isn't it, back in the old days?
Exactly. So yeah, as long as you're creating the chances, that's you're going to take them eventually. So I'd be more worried if we weren't creating anything,
Yeah, and I think you're probably thinking like me, Mark. In the past, they put 4, 5, 6 past to City, and now we're reasonably competitive. And yeah, we lost by the odd goal. James, Bill, their goal. Bill, start with you first. What do you think about the goal? Anything we could have done, perhaps? 90th minute, they kind of wrapped it up 2-0 up.
Again, I just think it was a good move by City. Obviously, they're known for their 1-2 touch play. Their movement's very good. I think maybe Fernandinho had probably too much space at the edge of the box, but as I say, I think it's just good play. It's a lovely finish as well. Not really known for his finishing Fernandinho, but it was a composed effort into the bottom corner. But I just think it was a good team goal by City.
What about you, James? What did you make of the goal when you saw?
I think that was just off their feet, mate. Really, I think they was just knackered. I think towards the end they tried so hard, and the goal, fair enough. Obviously, Lanzini scores a banger at the end, but I think that's more to do with he's had a shot, he's caught it well, and it's gone in the top off the post and in the corner. Do you know what I mean?
But before that, there was another one ruled out, the Silva one. What do you think about that one? I mean,
it was offside. 100%.
Bill, what do you make of that?
Yeah, it was offside. Yeah.
And then obviously, let's go back to the Lanzini goal. So I've got to see that properly, but it's a good goal then, James, what I'm hearing.
Yeah, it's a great goal. But I think City had just said, you know what, we're 2-0 up, we're in the 90th minute, we'll just give West Ham the ball and West Ham win a chance. The only irritating thing about the whole situation is when we go 2-0 down, we started getting crosses in early, and it was just like, for some crazy reason, we weren't doing that before. But it's just it's one of them ones. They're a good side. They're miles ahead of us in development and players, and we've pushed them all the way when you look at it. But it looks like a close game at 2-1. But second half, apart from the Lanzini goal, we didn't really pressure their goalkeeper at all. Like a Declan Rice shot, which he saves, which is fair enough. But other than that, very little.
Yeah, a couple of names I've not heard. Yeah, a couple of names I've not heard from both you guys. Obviously, I'm like Mark. I haven't seen the game properly. Antonio, Souček, how did those guys do?
Antonio, for me, played well for about 60 minutes. And then on the 78th minute, he's taking long throw-ins. Now, to me, I don't understand that one. I really don't. But he's taking a long throw-in, and he can't even beat the first defender. So
all that effort didn't even beat the first man.
Yeah, and he was cleaning the ball and taking his time and all that. And I'm thinking he's going to come in and nothing there. Souček, for me, he was okay. He was okay. Like Fornals was okay. There was all.
Yeah, they played decent.
No one really.
Nothing. As you said earlier, Joe, no one was outstanding, but no one was bad.
No one was really bad either. Like no one was really bad, and no one was absolutely amazing. Maybe Declan was as good as always. Do you know what I mean? Other than that, it's just you got to give credit to City. They're a well-oiled machine, and they know what they're doing. Do you know what I mean? I think the first half really took it out of us because what they'd done when that weather started coming down. They started playing like 5-yard, 10-yard passes close, like because what it was, we just couldn't get a grip with them in the first half, especially with that the weather the way it was. And really, like we should have had a 10-minute interval to sort of clear the snow and get back to the game. But they tried to wait till half time, and I must admit, before half time, we could have been 2 or 3-0 down. It was all over the place, but we sorted it out and. It was a different story in the second half. Yeah,
like I said to Bill earlier on, and Mark, if you weren't, you joined. I mean, City hit the post maybe a couple of times, a minimum. 1 or 2 goals ruled out for VAR. So I think it's okay in terms of goal difference. And I know Arsenal are catching up, but our goal difference is a good way ahead of theirs. So, Mark, we got Brighton at home coming up.
Massive game now.
Yeah, we've been a little bit afraid of playing them for one or two.
They've been a bit of a bogey side lately, haven't they?
Yeah, so we're kind of same points as Arsenal, really. Wolves are 3 behind. Tottenham didn't play today. So, if we hopefully do as we should and get 3 points, then I think we're up and running again, really. And then, got Chelsea to come up as well.
Obviously, I was late to the chat, guys, but how did Musaku play today? How did he sort of fit in?
Bits and pieces. As James said earlier, I think when he had the ball, made some of his trademark dribbles, so he did well there. But crossing, one really good cross, and the others were absolutely woeful. I think he lost his concentration for obviously the first goal. But mixture. It was good.
Jazz,
to see
just to let you know, I've lost Bill in the top right-hand corner, mate. I can't hear him or see him.
Okay.
So if he's saying anything to me, mate, I do apologise. I can't hear.
It's not very nice what you're saying, but don't worry.
To sort of say what Bill was saying, I thought Mads played well for 30 minutes and then until the goal. Like I thought he'd done everything that he should do. He was defending well, and then a silly mistake for the goal lets him in. And I agree with what Bill was just saying there. His crossing was poor. He gets the ball, but it's always turning back and. Yeah, typical Mazuaku performance, I'm afraid.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like we're still 4th. If we look at the form tables, we're 5th. Arsenal are 3rd. Brighton are 18th, gentlemen, in the form tables. Right. They have 1-0. Yeah, drawn 3, lost 2 out of the last 5.
We've got to beat Brighton on Wednesday, mate. If we're going to do anything, and we haven't beat Brighton in the Premier League since they've been up in about 5 years. So. It's all about Wednesday. We've got a few worries though, haven't we? Cresswell got injured and went off, which is a bit of a concern.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always looking at how much the team in 7th has got, really. So, Spurs 19, Brighton, there you go. They're on 18. We're 5 ahead of them. If we win, that's 8. And for me, I keep thinking my original thoughts, Bill, was we want 7 for minimum, isn't it? Europe every season. Keep Bryce interested, see how long we can keep him. I mean, if we, obviously, we have a few Arsenal fans following us, so they think the fourth spot is theirs. And I know they're certainly on a good wave of form at the moment. Really, I mean, if I look at our fixtures coming up, we've got Brighton at home, Chelsea, which is a very uniquely early kickoff at 12:30, isn't it? Really, so after a while. Dynamo Zagreb at home. Again, that's going to be a party atmosphere. We've already done our job, isn't it? So perhaps some of the youngsters should play in that. Then we've got Burnley. So Brighton, Chelsea, Burnley, Arsenal. That's nearly all the games that teams we don't really do that well against, really. And then we've got home to Norwich. They've picked up Tottenham in the League Cup. So, James, it doesn't get easy, does it? Or tricky fixtures, mate, all the way through.
It's a must not lose on Wednesday, but like that. Like we've got Chelsea at home, and then we've got Burnley in the Prem, and then we've got Norwich, Carabao Cup. We've got Arsenal in there at some point, and all just before Christmas. So it is, mate. It is, and this. Listen, we won't learn nothing from today. All we learn here is it was a decent performance against a good team, and we just didn't get anything from the game. It's all about Brighton now.
I mean, looks 100%. Like that day we play Brighton, or next week certainly. It's Manchester United home to Arsenal, which I didn't know about. So, so Arsenal, be careful. That's going to be tricky for you guys. Bill, any last final thing for me? I'm kind of. It is what it is. It's respectable defeat. I mean, cheekily, I think we might nick a point, but I'll kind of let's just get on with it, isn't it? Really, yeah.
Yeah, you can't fault the players' effort. I think just obviously the lack of quality in the final third meant we didn't deserve a point or a win. So we gave it a go. But it's, we're playing against a team away from home who are one of the favourites to win the league. So there's no disgrace in losing 2-1. So it's all about Wednesday, as James has said.
I am one of those fans. I can't wait for Lingard. Hopefully, we need him. I want that extra spark. He'll lift the rest of the players. And looking at the Manchester United team against Chelsea, he's not in there again. He's on the bench.
No, he's on the subs bench again, isn't he?
Yeah. So James, I really want that boy in ASAP to give everyone a lift.
I think that would give the team a boost as well.
Yeah, especially as Bernardo going to the African Cup of Nations as well.
Yeah, listen. Final thought from me is it is what it is. At the end of the day, we played a team that's got 500 million pounds worth of talent on there. Do you know what I mean? And we've got Craig Dawson, who's a £2.2 million centre half with Kirk Zuma. So we've got to know where we're at and what lane we're driving in. We've done okay today, but they're just a well-oiled machine City, and they know how to win when not playing bad. So. It's all about Brighton now. We've got to look at the injury front. We've got to look at Cresswell because he smashed into the post. I hope he ain't out for too long. Ben Rama picked up an ankle injury, so let's see if he ain't out either. And we'll just roll on, gentlemen. Obviously, people want to see Lanzini in. Yeah, like me personally, I think Lanzini's a good player, but I don't think he's a starter for West Ham. I think he does a job off the bench, but he's not a starter. But we roll on to Wednesday, and we'll see where we're at. It's a big week next week now. We need to get something against either Brighton or Chelsea, and I hope we can get 2 wins out of 2.
I mean, one final thing I just want to look at. I mean, obviously, I think Alex Král, he should have been on the bench, and we didn't see him. Yeah, there you go. Alex Král, unused sub again. Vlasic, Yarmolenko, unused again. Looks like David doesn't really have confidence on the bench with the people. I don't know. All he likes to just play is run.
Maybe save it for next week. We've got 2 games coming up soon next week. So
fingers crossed, really. So Mark, well, that's what it is, mate. Respectable defeat, shall we say, and we move on, isn't it? Yeah.
Definitely. Bring on Brighton on Wednesday, and let's hope we're talking about a victory come Wednesday evening.
Yeah. So thank you everyone for coming on, and let's move on. Bill, you going to be there, mate? The Brighton game?
Yeah, I'll be there, mate, and Chelsea as well.
Good lad. So I'll catch up with you, and hopefully we can get back home in one piece. I think so. And hopefully the boys at Manchester they get home as well. God knows what time they're going to get home.
Yeah.
Great, brilliant. So, any final comments? Anyone want to mention anything before next game?
Good, thank you.
Brilliant. Thanks a lot, everyone. Take care.
Lovely. Cheers, chaps. Thank you.
See you later.
Take care, man.